He is formerly the Carolina Panthers, back here on the Rich Eisen Show, DeAngelo Williams. How are you, DeAngelo?
Hey, I'm doing okay, man. How about yourself?
I'm better for talking to you, to be very honest with you. You know, you're honest with me, I'm honest with you.
Yeah,
hey,
that's what it's about.
Let's get right into it. Let's jump in head first, if you will. Is Cam Newton treated differently by the refs, you think, in this league?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think they're an all-biased stature and assume that he could take the hits that he takes. I think Ben's the same way. They see him get out of a lot of things, and he's a magician when it comes to getting out of trouble, so they allow him to do that. It kind of worked both ways. He get out of some of that stuff and makes a tremendous plays, and then sometimes he just get pulverized, and they don't call it either way. And I guess you got to take the good with the bad. They look at his stature and they automatically assume like, oh yeah, he can take that pounder.
Well, the interesting thing too is that when he's out of the pocket and deemed a runner, that at this point in time, helmet-to-helmet contact is more accepted because the running back becomes more incidental contact, I guess, helmet-to-helmet. And that's the thing is, I wonder what a running back thinks of the fact that when a quarterback's out,
we get hit. First of all, I could talk about this all day. We get no protection. There's no not getting hit after 5 yards. We're in the box. We get hit all the time. We get hit. There's no protection for us. We're never defenseless in the eyes of the NFL and the refs. So I could talk about this again all day, Rich, but I don't want to hijack your show.
No,
but
please.
Cam, for instance, like we're living in an era where the mobile or running quarterback has to now take the onus on himself to protect themselves because the refs are not going to do it anymore. They're just not going to do it because, it's a very gray area for a ref to call, like, 1 minute, Cam or mobile quarterback may step out of bounds, and then the next minute when you ease up, he turn it up the field.
So where does the line stand, though, between you want to be protected or you understand that it's a contact sport? I just had Aaron Rodgers on, asked him a similar question, and he goes, well, it's football, is what he said about some of these hits, and that how sometimes he likes getting hit as a quarterback because it makes you feel like you're a football player as opposed to the rest. Where do you stand on this issue?
I don't have to be hit to know that I'm a football player. If I got the uniform on and I'm out there, I know that I'm a football player. So, but I don't need that. It depends. Like the NFL is taking this stance of, hey, we're going to protect these guys. We're going to protect them from themselves because they obviously don't know how to protect themselves. This is the NFL stance on it. So we're going to initiate this new safe rule in terms of helmet to helmet, don't lead with the crown of your head, and all these initiatives to protect yourself. But then when it all boils down to it, and it's nut crunching time, then it's football.
Well, maybe
because
we should just
at the end of that game, calling those fouls would have directly impacted the game.
There's no question, and so would have removing Cam from the game to get checked out.
Absolutely, that's not what they want. That's not what anybody wants in terms of fantasy football owners. The amount of money that's laid on these games week in and week out, whether it's directly or indirectly, is unreal. And the best chance that a team has to win is have their starting players in there.
But what do the players stand on?
Regardless of what they're fighting.
Where do the players stand on? Where do you, DeAngelo Williams, and your sense of your fellow players stand on getting taken out?
I stand on the health aspect of it. I want a guy to be healthy. After watching that game last night, when he took the helmet hit, I was like, oh, they just lost Cam for at least a couple of plays. Because, we all have to go through the concussion protocol. The doctor goes out. Like, it's a process or a protocol that they're supposed to go through. And, regardless of what anybody else says, we've seen people that not get hit like that and just get up slow, go through that same protocol. And we saw that as a nation last night where it was very obvious that he got hit in the head and nothing happened. Like, nobody came out there. He was on all fours. Then, if you see it earlier, Brandon Marshall, he took a hit kind of the same way. It wasn't even to the head.
Well, they took him out.
Kept going back, and they took him out. We knew he got hit in the head, and nobody came over to check on him or anything. He got up on his own. Most of the time when you have things like that, if you don't completely black out, your involuntary response is to stand up, get up, because that's what we're used to doing when we get hit. We fall back on what we're used to doing, and that's getting up, shaking it off and going back in and being the barbarians that we claim to be.
DeAngelo Williams of the Pittsburgh Steelers joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. But when it all comes down to it, let's just say you were in a similar situation, 30 seconds to go in a big game to start the season, and somebody's tapping you on the shoulder, says you got to come out. You would have no problem with that because they've got your back on the health and safety front?
That's the protocol. If it's like that across the board and there's no, like, hey, because you're not a superstar, you have to come out, and if you was a superstar, you have to stay in. Like, if this what it was across the board, then yes, I would have no problem with that at all. But now you can't pick and choose when you want me to come out based on your star power or how you impact the game.
Let's talk Steelers. A lot of people think this team's going to win the Super Bowl or go to it, DeAngelo. What's the sense in that locker room right now?
That's our goal every year, man. It's Super Bowl or bust. You know, unfortunately for us last year, not blaming it on injuries or anything like that, we didn't play well enough to get to where we wanted to get to last year. We all have that chip on our shoulder, and we put in the work deemed necessary for us to get there. So we just got to go out and we got to put it on tape every Sunday or Monday or Thursday or whatever day we line up and those lights come on and we cross those lines and that whistle blows and that horn blows at the end, that we have more points than the team that we play.
And the guy that you play alongside with on the depth chart, DeAngelo, Le'Veon Bell, we all know how talented he is. I mean,
yes.
You could easily make the case he's the best running back in this league. And we've got Todd Gurley in this league. We've got Adrian Peterson in this league. We've got a lot of talented running backs in this league. But I have to wonder at this point in time, does he get it? Does he get it?
Oh, he absolutely does. He absolutely does. That's what a lot of people on the outside that are looking in, like, it's easy to look through that window when it's cold outside, look through that window and see what's going on in the inside and pass judgment when you don't know what's going on in the inside. But what you don't understand is hey, it's 24 degrees outside and it's cold, but it's negative 14 in the inside. But everybody looks happy, and you're going off your perception. It's just one of those things, man, that, there was a lot of things. There's a lot of moving parts involved. I didn't ask him about it. And I did that because I didn't want to know, and then when they ask the question, have to formulate, my opinion or something. But the thing is I have no idea what happened, but I know that based on the little bit that I have heard, that it was all bad timing, and it was just a situation that somehow was not avoidable.
I follow you at DeAngelo RB on Twitter. You tweeted out a fascinating quote on a grease board. Today's quote: "The biggest communication problem is we don't listen to understand, we listen to reply." Who wrote that one? Who put that one up there?
I saw that. I saw that scrolling through my timeline, and I stole it off of Facebook. Because
okay, so
I honestly can say this: for a better part of my life, I've always listened to reply and never understand, because my thought process behind that before I even saw that quote is I can only think and see things from my perspective. So I'm a treat it as such, as opposed to trying to understand where a person is coming from when they talk. And since I've taken on that quote and as my motto, it's opened a lot of eyes and doors to some things that I otherwise wouldn't be open to had I not read that quote.
Is that because I took it in the light of what's going on with Kaepernick and now Brandon Marshall and other people in the league? Was that a safe assumption or
no?
Okay.
It came from the heat that I got last night when I did the side eyes after the Carolina Panther Denver Broncos game, and I did it because normally Graham Gano makes those kicks. Like I've been there. I've been with him for a better part of his career. And I've seen him nail 60-yarders, 65-yarders in practice. So when he missed it, I was shocked because he had just nailed the one right before the timeout. So when I did the side eyes, I had a lot of people saying, I'm a hater, I'm this, I'm that. And I was just like, dude, you have no idea. Like, it's much more than that. Like, every time I say anything, like, there's a certain group of, like, Panther fans that always think it's just a underhand compliment or a backhanded compliment to them, or I'm talking about, the Carolina Panthers, which I'm not. Like, I'm a football fan.
Yeah. So I see you in the Super Bowl this year. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. that's my goal. That's our goal. And if you don't see us in the Super Bowl, then that was a bust year for us.
Okay.
That's how we treat it. That's where we're trying to go. Like making it to the playoffs is not good enough for us. Winning the AFC North is not good enough. Winning the AFC is not good enough. Going and winning the Super Bowl, that's just good enough.
When do I get to talk to you next, DeAngelo? How often can I get you on?
Whenever you want me on, we can talk about a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff. Because there's if you need a co-host, I can co-host the show with you if you want me to.
Brockman,
wow, easy, DeAngelo.
Yeah. He's gonna take your job.
Saying, man, we could be cinnamon and sugar. We could be
okay. I like that.
Salt and pepper. We could be, there's a lot of things. We could be,
Ebony and Ivory.
Oh my gosh, come on now.
That's been taken so much, man. We already got a cinnamon and sugar. Like me and Gary Barnidge, the tight end from the Cleveland Browns, we're cinnamon and sugar. So if he heard this, he's probably pissed at me that
peanut butter and jelly.
Hey,
peanut butter and jelly. I'm gonna be jelly because I'm so much cooler than Rich right now.
Yeah, I understand. I'm speaking to the University of Michigan Wolverines football team. That's why I'm here in Ann Arbor. I'm the honorary captain for this weekend, DeAngelo.
Really? Who you guys got?
Central Florida.
They couldn't have you speak to the team when y'all play like Ohio State?
It was Jordan. It was Jordan last week, and it's Tom Brady next week.
They must play a good game next week. There, you put Central Michigan.
No, Central Florida. Central Florida.
That is funny.
Come on, it's Bortles. We're talking Bortles here. We're talking the Bortles.
So who do they play next week then?
They play Colorado next week.
Okay, that's a tougher game than the one that they play this week. I would take offense to that, Rich. I want you to come talk to the team.
Oh, I'm honored. As a matter of fact, they give me the choice of what movie the kids should watch tonight. The choice is between 8 Mile and Trading Places. What do you think?
Rich,
what should they watch?
Me, right? You're kidding me, right?
No, this is the choice.
Why would it? You talking about to take the kids or to?
No, they're showing. It's a Michigan team function tonight. Harbaugh is showing a movie. It's either 8 Mile or Trading Places. What do you think?
I would go with 8 Mile.
Okay.
Why would you go Trading Places? Is that?
That's the choice. It's the choice.
Just the movie title alone should get you locked. You don't want to trade places with Central Florida.
I love it. DeAngelo, I got to run. I'll get you back on shortly, okay? Good luck this season.
Careful
we'll
with
chat
all
soon.
that running, man. I've seen you run before, and it's not as good as
All right. You're the man, DeAngelo Williams. Follow him on Twitter at DeAngeloRB.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.